Hello YouTube, it's 2:40 in the afternoon, my name is Ben, and this is my very first video on YouTube. So I'm going to try and cut all the long talk and get right into what I'm going to be attempting to show you today. Yeah, so this is my first video on YouTube, as I've just said a few seconds ago. And I play the guitar, and I really want to share the knowledge that I possess with all of you out there on the internet. So I'm going to do my best to do that for you. So let's get right into my first lesson. Right, you guys probably don't know this because I am wearing a Guns N' Roses t-shirt, but I'm actually a massive Queen fan. I possess a copy of Brian May's guitar and a Vox AC30. I'll show that to you now. There it is. And so as to show my love for Queen, I'm gonna teach you the solo for Don't Stop Me Now, by Queen, obviously. Yeah, so the piece is in F major, and I don't know, guitar solo is about halfway through, and it goes something like this. I really like it as a solo. It's not too difficult, and it's played really well on the original record. So I'm going to break it down now and show you how to play it. So the first note Brian May plays in this solo is an A, but he doesn't just play it on the 14th fret of the G string. He actually bends it up from the 12th fret. And you do that twice. But after that, you come off the bend, back down to the G, and then play the F 2 frets below it. So you get... and then you bend back up to the A. But instead of then doing another, you actually come off that bend. So you get... so if I was to do this totally without bending, it would sound like this. But with the bending, and then after you've played that little phrase, you do this. So that's the 12th fret on the G string, and then down to the 10th, then down again to the 9th, then back up to the 10th. And if you try that a tiny bit faster, you get whatever finger you want to do on it. So far, what I've covered goes like this. And then after this, I suppose it's not really a jump, but you go up to the A that is on the 14th fret. So this note, but instead of bending, you actually just play it on the 14th fret of the G. But this one you do bend up, but instead of bending it up by a whole tone, or whole step as some might call it, you only bend it up a semitone or a half step. So then you release that bend, and then you just play the 12th fret, 10th fret. So far that little bit goes, and the whole solo goes. And then, I suppose there are mixed opinions as to how you could do the next bit. You could either go... or... I'm going to go with the one I just played, because I think it sounds slightly nicer. And what I'm doing there is instead of going... I'm just going to the G on the 12th fret that we've had so much. Very first note of the solo, in fact, and again, you do bend it up a whole tone. So you actually end up bending that note 3 times in that little bit. You get, then you do it again, then again, And then that's the next little bit of the solo, so you get from the bit before. And from the beginning of the solo, and now we're about halfway through the solo, so the next bit goes a bit like this. Right, that's personally my favourite bit of the solo, the second half. And we start it by playing this B flat here, so it's at the 15th fret on the G, but you bend it up. Again, a tone, so there can be quite a lot of tone bends in this piece, so if I was playing it on a Les Paul or something, it would be out of tune a lot. Which is why I'm playing it on this, because it stays in tune really well. So you bend that B flat up to a C. I mean, optional squealy harmonics, just a bonus in some of the places. So you bend up to the C, but then you play that note again, but then you release it to go down to the B flat, so you get... And then you just play the note under that B flat, so you get... And you actually repeat that little motif twice, so you get... And then after that, you play the B flat that was bent up to the C, but you just play that again. Then you pull off to go down to that A. Then you play the G. So we've got 15 to 14, then 12, 14. And so far the second half of the solo goes like this. And then after that, we play that A again, but then we bend it up to the B flat and release it again. And after that, you play the G, 12th fret on the G string, and then you go down another 2 frets to the F. So, and after you've done that, it sounds a bit like this. And after that, very near the end of the solo now, it's a really good solo. But then you play that G again, but you bend it up to the A. But you release it again, so you get... And you do that a few times again, so you get... So 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth time, instead of just staying on the G and then bending it back up to the A, you actually go down to the F. So bend, release, bend, release, bend, release, bend, release, then down to the F. So the second half of the solo in its entirety goes like this. And just for those of you that can't remember what the whole thing sounds like, the whole solo goes like this. As with any solo, the trick to get it really, really good is to practice it slowly. I mean, metronome is your best friend. And of course how to play it. So you start off really, really slowly, just... then build it up a bit. Then, before you know it, you'll actually be playing it at speed. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, go check out the song. It's a great song. I love all of Queen's work. Yeah, suggest you go and check it out to get any extra information that I might not have given to you. So, yeah, thanks. Yeah, and there we are. Thank you so much for watching my lesson on Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. And I really suggest you go and check the original video out. You'll learn so much from it. Hopefully you learned something from this video as well. I hope that you've come away knowing more about the solo than you did the first time. If you did, then please like it. It's my first video on YouTube and I can't expect very much, but it would be so encouraging to do that. I'm going to try and put new videos out as soon as I can, but I've got other stuff to do as well. But I will be putting this on my list of things to do. So, there's not really much else to say. See you next time.